Hello and good night, ladies and gentlemen. Actually, good night because I am filming at night. Otherwise, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am back, and in this video, I am going to just give you a quick announcement that every day, at least for the next 1 to 2 months, I will upload every day in my video. Subscribe, and continuing with today's video. People in this world have imaginations. They make pencils out of paper. The pencils are made out of paper. Link to that video in the description. If over here, if you want to see that, click on the link. I have made a video already on that. Anyways, today I have in my mind a different idea of creating something new. So what new to create? Have you heard of the term time? That's correct. Time, ladies and gentlemen, is seen by a clock. So in this video, I'm going to go step by step of how to make your own clock. Obviously, you're not going to make the clock system itself. We will just make the design of the clock and we'll see how it goes on. Okay, so to make the clock itself, I'm going to use 5mm foam, 16 by 24 centimeter 2:3 ratio, and you can also make the clock circular if you want, but I'm using a square since square is a beautiful shape. I mean, square is a unique shape to make a clock of. So I'm going to use 5mm foam to ratio 3, and it's quite hard enough, so I think it's the perfect material to use and the perfect size. Now keep in mind, viewers, for this project you need the clock system with needles. So I have this old 20-year-old clock system which I took it out of a clock, and I think it's the perfect for my clock. Anyways, if you don't have a clock system, link to a clock in the video description. You can buy that clock and take the system out. It's very easy to take the system out of that clock. Anyways, here's a foam board, and we are going to begin by taking a scale with centimeters. You can see that this scale is very extraordinary. This does not have a link. I mean, I cannot give a link in the description because it's so hard to find it. I found it from a local shop. Anyways, you need to find the center point of the triangle, and to do that you need to mark, let me adjust my camera a little bit. Yeah, you need to mark the center lines of all. You have to mark the center points of all of your 4 lines, 1 2 3 4. Once you've done that, you cross them, and the point where the 2 lines intersect, that is your middle point. That is where we're going to drill a hole, and that is where the clock system will fit in. Okay, so after drilling the hole, and you can see fit the clock system in just to make sure that it's taking shape. But if you don't have a drill, you can just use an ordinary pencil, which I have, to drill this. And just remove these little rough edges on, so to make it smoother. And I'm going to take the clock system off for a while because I have to draw the you can say I have to draw the clock itself. I need to decorate the clock itself, so that's why. Well, you can see that the needles of my clock system look ugly, so I'm gonna also have to change my needles. And to do so, I'm gonna take a black piece of card, and I'm going to draw needles, one small, one black, because it has an hour and a minute. And after drawing this, it should look like this. Then I'm going to stick them on using a piece of glue. You can use super glue, any glue, but because I am poor enough to own a super glue, I use normal ordinary glue. And after doing so, they should look like this. Now let's decorate the clock itself, like this. Well, you can see I have numbered the clock and everything is done. All I have to do is screw it up, put the needles onto the system, and it does give us a smooth fine finish. Now just give me a moment. I would like to talk about the big mistake that I made over here, because before you number the thing, you have to see the angle where this number, let's say it's 1 o'clock, so you have to see where 1 o'clock lies. For example, you can see that in the clock 12 o'clock is as 12 o'clock. This is the final product. And but if you go up to 1 o'clock, you can see that our needle doesn't point directly towards 1. So before you number them, you have to also see that does not look so major. So if I go, go back to 11, you can see that the hour clock is not pointing at 11. So when you make this triangular, you have to make sure that each needle points on the right direction. If it's circle, it's easy because you have divided, and but with the other shape of clocks, it's sort of difficult. So keep in mind. Now, after sticking on the needles in the correct position, you can see that now the last step of this clock is what sort of clock should be, because do you want to make it alarm clock? For the alarm clock, if you want to make an alarm clock, you need a system which has alarm. This doesn't, so forget alarm clock. You want a wall clock or a side clock or anything else, or stand clock, you have to decide right now. So for wall clock, it's very easy. You just need to put pieces of wood, or I do not have a spare paper. I'm too poor to own a spare paper. I'm going to use a tissue. So you can see you can just draw an arc, and you can cut an arc like this in piece of foam or anything else, and just make it thick and put it behind the clock so it would work. But my one is gonna be a stand clock, so I'm going to show you how stand will work in this case. So for the stand clock, you need just 2 pieces of foam. I'm using this, and you have to align them like this. So just use a piece of tape or something like that, and your final product, ladies and gentlemen, will be ready. Your clock will be ready, and it can be used for wall clock, as an alarm clock, and also if you want some auto protection of your clock, you can just build a layer and put some acrylic layer or grass, and protect your clock from being scratched. So put on the needles back, and your final piece is ready. And keep in mind that you have to take care of the alignment of the numbers, because as I told you earlier, it may lead to negative consequences. I've made the clock already, and it turned out that the needle, let's say it's 11 o'clock right now, the needle didn't point towards 11 o'clock, it was between 11 and 12. So keep in mind. Anyways, thanks for watching this video. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, to my YouTube channel. This was one of my best videos ever made in my YouTube channel. Not one of the best, it's actually the best, because it teaches you something. It was one of the longest videos of my YouTube channel. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I need to gain subscribers. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, like the video, share the video. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, like the video, share the video, and see you in the next video. And share as much as possible, because I need more people to know how a clock is made. So thanks for watching this video, and bye bye.